All right, looks like we're recording. Cool. So, hi everybody. Antonio Thornton, the Profit Engineer here, and I'm making a video. How about that? Now, this is going to be slightly different than the majority of videos that you've probably seen of mine and other places. This is just kind of going to be a conversation, if you will, me kind of speaking from the heart, and I don't have a script. I don't have a teleprompter, anything of that nature. I really don't even know what I'm going to say. I just kind of started recording, and hopefully it comes out all right. We'll see. I might not even edit this thing. Who knows? But I know it's going to be a slightly different video because I think there's a slightly different reason behind it, and that reason is why. And that's really coming from a conversation I was having with my main man, Tyler Dorsey, earlier today. We were talking about business as a whole and kind of and the why behind business. And if you've read the book, what is it? Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why. Great book, by the way. It got me really thinking about, why AI? Why am I in AI right now? And particularly being a little later in my years, looking at this as kind of a shift, if you will. Some people may see it as such, you were doing this before, you were doing that type of thing. And I don't really look at this as a shift, as a career shift. It's really more of a career evolution for me. And that's what got me thinking about why is, AI such a big part of my life right now. And because, if you haven't been hiding on a rock, AI is the buzz. It's, AI this, AI that. Last time I checked, did a Google Trends search, etc. But I found that there's 512 new AI applications or companies starting every single week. 512. That's 2,000 a month. It's crazy, right? So you got some people who are in it because of the technology. They've got the technology background. You've got others who are kind of chasing the AI bandwagon, for the money. And there's no judgment, there's no right or wrong reason, but it did get me thinking about, why am I here? Why am I in this space? Why am I so adamant about AI in the space? And, it got me thinking, like, I've been an entrepreneur for pretty much my entire life. I started selling candy in middle school at the age of 13. And I was making really good money at the time, about $1,200 a month, selling candy, Kit Kat, Snickers, Reese's Cups, and Blow Pops, and Nile Laters, all those things. And I got to say, it really got me my first taste of entrepreneurship. And I've really been an entrepreneur since then. When you get that taste, it's kind of difficult to get a job. Matter of fact, I've only had 3 jobs my entire life, and I got fired from all 3 of them, of course. Again, because when you get that entrepreneur taste, it's just you almost can't do anything else. You just really can't. So, from selling candy, I got into a lot of different things. Like my next business was a technology company. I had a love for technology, and I ran Les Systems for several years. We sold networks and set up, Exchange servers. This was way back in the day of Windows NT 4.0. Most people have no idea what I'm talking about, but some of you old heads do. But I ended up becoming Microsoft certified, MCSE, Microsoft certified systems engineer, and then I ended up selling pagers and cell phones. I sold I sold answering services, cabin rental services. I was a DJ, and here's the thing, and the reason why I mention this, I've done a lot of different things over the years, but the through line for all of that was sales. That was the thing that I really found, was the sales. I didn't have the best IT company. I wasn't the best DJ, but I was really good at selling those things. So I got into sales, and I started selling other things. I even sold Kirby vacuum cleaners at one time. So I became this hired gun. Other companies would hire me to come in and sell their stuff, and I did very well. I mean, I had crazy campaigns that were closing. There was one that we did that we closed 82%, which was unheard of at the time. This was like, years ago, a couple of decades ago. So, I mean, those numbers were unheard of at that time, but I got really good at sales, but I got kind of burned out at sales because, with sales, you eat what you kill, if you will, and it can be tough. Sales can be tough. So I kind of shifted sales into marketing. And what I did was, that's when I started Money Mouth Marketing years ago. I was encouraged by my mentor at the time, Jay Abraham, to start this marketing company and to start what was called a contingency-based marketing company. I had no idea what contingency-based meant at the time, but he encouraged me to start Money Mouth Marketing, and I did very well. My pitch was, if I bring you $1, will you pay me a dime? And I sold 100% on contingency. So I would go into a company, put a marketing campaign together for them, implement it, and then I got 10% of the revenue I generated. So that kind of led me into the strategy side of things, and that grew from there. And I ran that company for about 20 years. It's still around, but we don't really take on any clients. And here I am today with Verso, which is our virtual chief AI officer company. And Verso to me is what I feel is where I hang my hat, is where I build my legacy. Because what it does for me is it allows me to bring all of my talents, all of my skills, my background, my experiences into companies in one of the most powerful ways that I've ever been able to do in my entire career. And the thing is that when we look at artificial intelligence, I am uniquely qualified to bring AI into companies. One is I've got the technology background, I've got the marketing and systems background as well, and that comes together to really be able to bring AI to companies in a way that that they really and truly need this type of offering, because AI is so vast, it's so grandiose that it's almost difficult to get your head wrapped around it. And when I go back to the reason why I'm putting this video together is the why. I've always been an advocate for business because I believe it is one of the great equalizers. Whatever your background is, whatever your ethnicity is, business can create as close as possible an equal or level playing field, if you will, because in a job you're forced to I guess you're subject to, rather not forced, you're subject to the whims of your manager, your manager's manager, the company, etc. So you get promotions when they tell you, you get vacations when they tell you, and if they don't want those things, you get promoted. You don't get those things if they don't want. But in business, you can make as much as you want in business. There are some quote unquote limitations, but it does more equal the playing field than I think most other avenues, particularly in this country, the United States. So for me, being able to bring AI into small to medium-sized companies is that now you can start seeing real growth, 5x growth, 10x growth from utilizing artificial intelligence. And the reason why this is so important in this video is because it's understanding the why. AI is so vast that it's almost impossible to implement on your own. It's almost impossible because there's so many applications. Which ones do you choose? Well, what's important for you is to understand your why as a business owner. What is your why? Why do you want to implement AI? Why do you want to do? And the hows come out of the why, right? I think so many people are focusing on how do we use AI, but the real question you should be asking is, why do we use AI? Are we looking for growth? Are we looking for operational efficiency? Are we looking for a better customer experience? Why do we want to use AI? And that's a part of where my role as a chief AI officer, I come into the equation. Most businesses know they need to use AI now, because if they don't, you get left behind. This is almost like not having a website, 10, 15 years ago. If you don't have a website, if you can't be found, how do you do business? And AI now is going to kind of trump that, in that you have your competitors using AI, and if you're not, they now get exponential growth over you, taking more market share, making it more difficult for you to keep up or even stay in business. I think it was Dr. Peter Demantis. I think that's how to pronounce his last name. If that's incorrect, my apologies. I'll correct it later. But he said something that was just very profound. I think he said in the next 10 years, there's going to be two types of companies. He says one are the companies who are implementing AI, and two, the companies that are no longer around. And the thing is, like, he's not being overly dramatic when he says that. He's one of the people who are studying the trends and understands these things. And what I wanted to be able to do is to bring that AI to companies who want that technology, who wants that advantage, to keep them in business and to excel. So when I think about my why, is to provide a equal playing ground, equal level, if you will, for companies to be able to survive in this new wave that's to come. And like I said, I'm uniquely qualified to do so. And this is not for me to brag or boast on myself by any means. It's really more of me verbally communicating and also verbally confirming who I am. I am great with sales. I am, they call me, I'm a hitter, right? I'm a hitter. Or you hear some people say a killer, but I'm a hitter in sales. You put me in a sales environment, I'm going to thrive. You put me in a marketing and strategy and operations environment, I'm going to thrive, because again, my engineering background. So those are two really strong skills that I have, and bringing them together makes it even more powerful with the backing, with the technology of artificial intelligence. So for me, this video is setting my stake in the ground as being that AI guy, right? That chief AI officer for not just, myself, but for companies who want to bring this technology into your organization. So I'm not going to make this video any longer than it needs to be. Like I said, I was just kind of talking, getting some of my thoughts out, just sharing from the heart who I am, why I am, and allowing this to be my first video. As we know, starting with the why is the most important aspect of anything you do, and this is my why. So I hope this video was helpful in some way. Maybe it gives you an opportunity to look at your why and why you're doing what you're doing. But also, if you're a company who's looking for someone who cares enough about your business to bring AI into your organization, hopefully we'll be the opportunity, the people that you'll give us the opportunity to serve you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me know if it was. And if there's any way that I can assist, I would love to do so. Take care.